Hi guys, and welcome to this new video in which I've once again turned myself into a monster. So I'll first show you how I made a prosthetic, because yes, I did absolutely everything myself, from the makeup to the video editing and special effects and stuff. I started by mixing liquid latex with flour until I got a nice texture, not too liquid, not too thick. I used my face cast as a base to build my prosthetic, and I put the mixture on it in a circle, and I started to shape the texture how I wanted it to sit on my face. For the teeth, I made them out of polymorph plastic that I melted in some boiling water before giving them the shape I wanted. Then I placed them one by one in the mixture. I covered the outside of the mouth with a second layer of liquid latex and flour to make sure that everything would stay in place. I finished by smoothing the edges of the prosthetic with liquid latex, and then I let it dry for 24 hours before peeling it off from the face cast. Don't forget to powder everything right after. I then removed all the teeth so that I could work on the colors more easily. I first used some reddish and burgundy grease paint, so actually I created a sort of gradient that goes from a lighter shade of red in the outside to an almost pitch black color in the inside of the mouth to give it more depth. For the edges of the prosthetic, I used alcohol activated paint to give a skin color to the latex, and then I used a reddish shade on the top of the prosthetic to give an irritation effect. I glued the teeth one by one with some strong glue before coloring them in yellow, still with alcohol activated paint. So here what I've done is that I've created a transition of colors that goes from orange on the base of the teeth to yellow on the tips. It's what makes the teeth look the most realistic, I think. And this is the final result of the prosthetic when it's finished. Time for the application. So I used a white pencil to draw the location of the prosthetic on my face, and then I applied spirit gum on my skin and on the prosthetic. You can also use prosthetic glue if you want, it will work just fine. And then I applied it on my face. To keep it in place and to make sure that the edges blend well with my skin, I applied several layers of liquid latex and tissue papers all around it. Try not to put any latex in your hair if you wanna keep it on your head, or what you can do is using Vaseline or something oil-based to protect it. It doesn't look like that, but I was being very careful. I used a hair dryer so that the latex could dry faster. Then I worked on the colors again, using the same process as when the prosthetic was on my face cast, so again with some alcohol activated paint and this gradient of skin colors that goes from my usual color of skin to a more reddish irritation type of effect. To give more texture to the edges of the mouth, I used two types of stipple sponges and some small brushes. I also gave an irritation effect to my neck so that it would match with the rest of my face. And then it's time for the blood. So I first used a fake coagulated blood all around each tooth and in the inside of the mouth. Again, it's to give more texture to the prosthetic. And then I used some stage blood that I applied with a stipple sponge. I also added some blood on my teeth, and as I always say, feel free to add more or less blood. It really depends on what you want, if you want it to be very gory or not that much. As you probably guessed, I used the green screen on my face to do all the cool special effects that you've seen in the intro. So I applied a green fluorescent body paint that basically acts as a green screen. But if you want to reproduce this makeup, what I suggest is to paint your face black instead of green, and it would still look very cool. I added a bit more blood and made some of it drip on my neck, and there we go for the final result. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon for another video.